Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best live YouTube stream to talk about markets. Welcome back, guys. I hope we've had a great week. Happy Wednesday. We are getting some more pump from the markets. A little bit of a fake out. I think it was yesterday, or rather on Monday. And I think we're kind of still looking for the true directionality of the week, maybe for Bitcoin, but it does look like ETH and most of these altcoins want to continue to move higher. Before we can talk about what that means for ETH, for meme coins, and obviously the rest of the market, I think you know what I'm about to ask you. If you guys can slam that like button for us before we get started here, we'd obviously be very, very appreciative of that. And yeah, we'll keep bringing you guys this content going forward. I totally just realized I forgot to introduce the panel. I think I'm just, the audience probably knows who we are at this point. But if you don't, I'm Tommy. You also know me as Snorlax. I'm joined by Chef Jackus and, of course, Max. Welcome to you guys. Make sure to hit that like button, though, before I get into this cook about the market. But yeah, I mean, to kind of elaborate on that, obviously ETH is showing us this strength, and we've been kind of consolidating around or a little bit below 3K for the last few days. Obviously, a lot of bears were getting loud. We look at a lot of these charts, but I mean, Bitcoin gave a lower time frame blow off top. What is there to be bullish about? And then ETH took the reins here over the last 48 hours. It's initiating another leg higher. Is this going to be a stair step, slow and steady wins the race sort of pump for ETH, or is this potentially about to blow the roof off of resistance here? I would already say we're kind of above resistance on ETH, but obviously, 3,200 is kind of a big supply level as well. Meme coins are waking up, like the title says. We're seeing a lot more volatility here from the altcoin market as a whole. I think you're seeing that not just from coins that could be on the block for ETF approvals here over the next few weeks and months, but also, these large cap meme coins like PEPE, MOG, the ones especially on ETH seem to be waking up, as well as Bonk. I mean, I have to mention Bonk. Bonk and Pump Fun are really, I think, taking a lot of the juice away from Solana right now, which isn't a surprise. It's a concept we talked about for a long time. I think at the same time, we're pretty clearly seeing these breakdowns now, not just on Sol ETH, but also on Bitcoin dominance. Maybe Bitcoin dominance needs a little bit more dump before we can officially rule it as a breakdown. But I recorded a video this morning for you guys, and one of the things that I talked about was I think Bitcoin dominance is lagging the move that Sol ETH is actively putting in right now from a structural standpoint. So if we're about to see these things, we're really seeing all of these tailwinds come together for ETH here at the same time. Again, is it going to manifest into a slow and steady staircase pump for ETH, or is it just potentially about to blow the roof off of resistance here and bears as a byproduct of that? But how are we doing, guys? I'd love to know our thoughts on the market. Maybe a little bit of weakness in equities today. I see that the VIX is kind of rising a little bit today. I'm going to guess that is partially because of the rumors that Jerome Powell could be getting fired. Obviously, something that we should talk about today as well. But yeah, I mean, crypto doesn't really seem to care too much. Bitcoin back to 120K. Probably keeps chopping throughout the week, but I think I really think it's time for all coins to run, and that if we are gauging market strength, you need to be doing it from that sector from here rather than Bitcoin.
Good morning, bulls. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, bulls. Bad morning, the bears. We're getting real close, guys. It's like you can just tell that as soon as Bitcoin is done kind of diddling around here, the floodgates will open.
I would say that bears are entering a season of what ETH holders felt for the past 2 years.
What? Severe, chronic, debilitating depression?
Yeah, that's going to last a long time, and each day they'll feel it.
So you're telling me that bears are feeling bothered unmoisturized. They are not flourishing, and they're certainly not in their own lane right now.
Yes, that's the longer way to put it, basically. The shorter way, obviously, to put it would be to show up a certain picture that I'm currently looking for.
I hope it's the one with the bear, like opening the curtain and getting blasted by the light.
No. It's the same variation. It's just the one with bothered. That's the bear version.
I really think a lot of the skepticism is derived from the fact that it's summertime and the market has to move. Like that seems to be
sweaty. Sorry,
what, Max?
Sweaty.
Sweaty. Very sweaty.
In my
the price.
Nervous and breaking down. Sorry, Tommy. It just
no, it's fine. I think a lot of the bear sentiment stems from kind of like being maybe too stuck in two priors, which is that the summertime you typically don't see that much volatility, and then the second one is Bitcoin dominance hasn't broken down all cycle. We've kind of consistently done this game where every time altcoins pump, Bitcoin will take back the reins. And we haven't quite seen the breakdown on Bitcoin dominance. I just think momentum and structure are increasingly favoring a move lower for BTCD, and that this time is indeed different than previous times throughout this market cycle.
I haven't even looked at Bitcoin dominance today. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's going to make me share my screen. Hang on. You guys want to see a car crash? I'll show you one right now. I'll show you a car crash.
I need to meme that quote, Max. Give me a sec.
That is a slow moving car crash right there.
If you were to invert it, would you be shorting that? And I would say absolutely the hell not. You would not be shorting that.
So here's the good news is I did just invert that. So Tommy, what you're telling me is that you wouldn't want to do this right here. You don't like this setup right here.
No, I don't.
You must not be a real trader then. There's a clear euro scalp right in front of you.
I mean, that looks like, if we're just trading the inverted Bitcoin dominance chart, that looks like the type of, I feel like so many on-chain charts have kind of put in an almost replication of that bottom. At least they did in August before they pumped. I remember a lot of bottoms ended up looking like that. The 3 drive, you're working on the reclaim of the capitulation wick. I don't know. I just think it's all kind of pointing towards it coming down. I'm just not sure. Is it going to be a waterfall? Is it going to be a stair step? I guess we'll see. But I'm not a bull on this chart. Not anymore, at least. I will be again in the future. I don't think it's top forever.
Do you guys think there is like a one final spike above 66, or do we just roll over finally?
You just call for one more sweep of the high, Jackus, just to be clear.
I'm asking you.
I don't participate in hate speech. Okay, so I would never.
I think it's unlikely.
I think this bet is going to be a lot closer than people realize, man. I think Tommy might owe me a little A5 Wagyu, man. I just, we need a home run here. It's like top of the 8th inning right now, and Tommy's definitely up by like 3 or 4 runs, but bases are loaded, and we got our cleanup hitter. He's ready to go. You know what I mean? Like this is a
Max. I'll let you out right now for just the price of a steak,
dude. What if I were to press you on it and actually double down?
As in, Okay, what's the gamble?
As in steak, sides, drinks.
I thought that was
apps.
the plan already.
No, I'm not done yet. And you buy my plane ticket to the steakhouse. But if you win, I buy your plane ticket to the steakhouse.
I mean, wouldn't BB be buying my plane ticket
anyway? That's neither here nor there.
I don't think the risk reward is there for me, but I am bullish on ETH. I think I'm still going to win the bet. I kind of posted my thoughts on ETH on X yesterday, which is that I kind of am expecting us to make a pretty quick move up to like 5 or 6K here over the next few months at this point. But I still think that'll be just I think Bitcoin will do just enough that ETH Bitcoin will avoid tapping 0.06.
I mean, I think when ETH flips this yearly open right here, I think you kiss it goodbye. Honestly, maybe like 3,500 down to 3,250, and then just, we'll have to deal with 4K when we get there, but it looks good.
I mean, the fact that ETH has done what it's done without any headline risk, I think is really pretty impressive.
That's awesome. Yeah.
If you would have asked me what I thought the catalyst for the pump would have been, I would have said probably an ETH staking ETF. I'm sure you have some ETH treasury companies buying. I know Peter Thiel was, he just bought almost 10% in an ETH treasury company. So, I mean, he's usually pretty on the ball as an investor. I don't really think that's a sign of an ETH top. I think I said this last week. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Prometheus.
There is no top.
I think I said last week.
Ape time, baby.
Ape time.
Michael Saylor started buying Bitcoin for his Bitcoin treasury at 10K and 16K. And people want to call macro tops on ETH just because people are just beginning to form treasury companies for it. I think you're missing the forest through the trees.
I completely agree. And what's super bullish is SBET, one of those companies that's acquiring ETH for their treasury, is actually buying ETH directly from the foundation itself. So that's double bullish, right? You don't have the foundation now dumping a bunch of supply on the open market anymore. So, I mean, super, super bullish our bags.
I think this is also one of those scenarios when people will be like, buy the rumor, sell the news. And I think it's one of those where it's wrong, because some news are sell the news event, but not these ones. Because like when you have a news about permabit coming in, it can be a local one, right? Like when we finally got the ETF on Bitcoin, that was a sell the news event, like on that very day. But longer term, ahead of it, the anticipation, and after, it was a huge buy the news event. And I think this is the same for ETH, Tommy.
This is ETH paired against SPX. This looks pretty bullish, I would say.
Institutional range.
You could maybe, if you wanted to do it down here, whatever, doesn't really matter. Either way, that looks like we're breaking higher.
We are.
Looks really good. I mean, we talked about it this morning in the Discord. I think you really need to look at alts or setups on alts, that is, for signal in the market right now. I talked about the Dino coins this morning, how bullish they look, and all these structures are just lining up. Like, they just look so good. And I think that those structures are tipping the hat at where market directionality is really headed. There's no real ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I like the comparison Tommy made at the beginning of the show from Bitcoin dominance lagging the move that we just saw in ETH BTC. I really, really like that comparison. And I think Solana and PEPE and a lot of these other tickers are really, really, really close to melting face up.
Wix is spiking 10% currently on the news that Trump is going to fire Powell again. That seems like the hot topic lately.
Bullish our bags. I mean,
This is
you
a
at
simple
some
gap
point,
fill. They just needed to fill the gap, man. That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
you have to put juice back into the market to, increase the, asymmetric risk for positioning for upside, right? At a certain point, it doesn't make sense to position, for upside in the markets, and these opportunities, the buy the dip mentality is exactly what you want in this kind of regime and structure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, equities aren't even really budging too much. Like NASDAQ looks just chopping,
It's bullish. It's jet fuel for hire.
I
The
think
close.
Powell being fired would be bearish initially and bullish when people realize that it's just, an extension of the financial engineering that we've been seeing. Sure, it's bearish on the sovereignty of the Fed and the Fed chair and what that means going forward. But again, I think it's kind of more of a reactionary thing than I think actually bearish. I don't even think we really need a Fed chair personally, but that's a topic for another discussion. For another day.
I would like to hear the discussion, but
Yeah.
We'll stick to the coins for today.
All right.
You guys think XRP gets that ETF approval here pretty soon?
That's inevitable.
What's Polymarket say?
In my opinion, I said before, I think it's going to be BTC, ETH, Sol, and XRP having their own ETFs, and after that, it's likely going to be just indexes. So like top 10, DeFi, meme,
I think Doge gets
RWAs.
its own ETF.
You think Doge
Sorry?
does?
I feel like
Yeah.
Doge gets its own ETF.
Yeah.
I think that is going to be more in a basket of memes, don't you think?
I mean, I feel like most of them will be in a basket, but Doge could get its own. You could see like a Doge micro strategy, honestly, if things get really frothy here over the next 6 to 8 months.
I would
think
honestly,
there's a Chinese company that already is acquiring Doge. Sorry, Jackus.
I would honestly much rather have a meme coin ETF than buy individual as much. But that's just me.
Probably for the best, but I think there's like I think a first mover category for each of these ETFs. Like, I mean, XRP, I don't really know how I would characterize it, but it has consistently gained mind share within crypto. So I feel like you can't really compare it to most other altcoins, but you've got Bitcoin, ETH, likely Solana headed. You said XRP, Jackus. I think Doge, because it was, kind of the first major meme coin, it's got a bit of lindiness to it. It probably will get an ETF. And then after that, I would be a little bit surprised if you saw other things. And I don't really think it'd be a good thing if you saw a bunch of other things start to get ETFs. More of a basket would be very bullish on altcoins.
One thing we are not getting an ETF of is Monero, but I think Monero is going to pump a lot regardless.
It's the best Dino coin for utility.
Yeah, it has utility, it truly does. And it had 7 years for the market to price it in, and I think it has. And so in the next few years, we will see that getting the real price discovery, in my opinion.
I think so.
Can Trump even fire Powell? Like, is that legal?
No.
I don't think so, but I think there is a point in which Powell says just like, fuck it, do whatever you want. And he will just be like, yeah, I did my job, but this is another level of bullshit.
No, because he's an elected official, not an appointed official.
So let me see what AI says here. Okay. Legally speaking, no, President Trump cannot casually fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He can fire him, remove him for cause, such as misconduct, inefficiency, or neglect of duty, not for policy discriminants like interest rate decisions. I mean, so no, he can't, but Trump does have a way of like
Bullying people.
massaging the law how he wants. Let's just put it like that. So, I mean, here's the thing. I don't really think it matters either way. Like, I don't think it's stopping any of this. So,
No, it does not. Like it's not stopping ETH from future price discovery. It's not. But I think it's interesting to watch.
I'm here for it.
Entertainment.
I mean, Powell getting fired would be very bullish on Bitcoin, right?
I mean, if
And
they
gold.
drop interest rates 300 points overnight, I feel like the initial reaction would be like a flash dump because everyone would just like poop their pants, but then we would recover to new highs in 24 hours.
And if that happens, Max, I'm taking out those QQQ calls just like you did on the lows.
Yeah.
Just like full porting my retirement. Like,
yeah, that's what you have to do. I mean, if Trump wants to cause a bubble, he's going to cause a bubble. I think he's just trying to cause a bubble. I think he has 3.5 years to make himself and his family as wealthy as possible. Tommy said this, I think, yesterday or Monday. Cement their legacy, whatever they want that to be. And then if something hits the fan after his term, blame it on the next guy. You know?
I think that's part of like an overarching theme as well. We're kind of seeing markets get deregulated here a bit. And kind of like, you know, you have this window where you can really push the envelope to try and make it. And maybe even in crypto's case, I think it was a good Alexander, if you guys know who that is. He's kind of a doomer, but I like a lot of his stuff talking about crypto as non-sovereign money and kind of how AI plays into that. He has kind of theorized for a while that you're going to see this money leave US markets, maybe other equity markets globally, and come into crypto because it's non-sovereign money. And what's going to probably happen is that these elites are thinking that, okay, we're making this money in deregulated territory or unregulated territory. And I will also say, I think the fact that the Genius bill did not pass yesterday kind of adds to this, because there's even less regulation now in crypto than there could have been over the next few years. That money is going to potentially enrich itself on chain. And elites are going to put it back into fiat, because this is the part that he adds. And his time horizons are, I think, more compressed than reality. Like, it's probably going to play out over a longer time horizon than he mapped out. But that money, elites are going to put it back into fiat after thinking they've extracted from crypto. But in reality, people's trust has already completely eroded in fiat from the game they know these elites are playing, and eventually that capital is largely just going to stay on chain. That's kind of the end game for non-sovereign money, in my opinion.
I think what will happen is literally that like stuff will move on chain, but it will not be like normie guy winning as much, because like the tech will be there, it will be efficient for a normie guy, but the normie guy will not get rich on it as much as people think. And it's still going to be Wall Street that will acquire it, as they are already doing. And as you know, the famous quote, my very famous quote from The Big Short, they will not let things happen until they are positioned. In the Big Short movie, it was, you know, until they got rid of the garbage CDS, but sorry, not.
You're free to mark my swaps fairly now that you've secured a net short position yourself. That's
yeah.
what you're referring to, right?
Yeah.
basically. So
That's a good
this is
movie.
the vice versa, only to the upside. And so I think the solutions will definitely be benefiting all of us. Few of us will get rich on it, but most people won't. And so it will be like a hybrid win, I would say. The good thing is that if we look longer term in the past, we do go from, less freedom to more freedom. So I view the future definitely positive in that sense. Yeah.
What do you got pulled up for us, Max?
I'm looking at just like Andy Wolf, Pepe. This is my little RSI spaghetti here. Just like high time frame RSIs are really starting to get into that, like we're gonna just start flying region. Like when you get up into this region, so I've got the 12-hour, the daily, the 2-day, and the 3-day, and then the white line is an average of all of them. When you start to get up into this blue box up here, that's when like we really start to fly. Like, we peeked our head into the box, right here. I guess this little pump, only the 12-hour got up in there.
Fiat hater, what thesis are you talking about right now? I'm not sure which one you mean. By the way, when you guys spoken about Trump and him making as much fortune as he can, and then blaming it, right? Like when you think about it, about the presidential, servitude, we could say, of the 4-year term, it's actually such a scam because, like, when you step in, the first year or two, you can blame it on the previous president, like, hey, that wasn't my fault, that's his fault. And then after the 4 years, when you're out, you can blame it and be like, yeah, that's the next guy's fault. No longer mine problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what he did when he stepped into office. I mean, we all remember it. Like,
Biden's
this is
economy.
Biden's economy. Yeah. And
And
he's
then
always
I
got
said,
that in the back pocket.
and I said in April at the lows, Trump stock market in Q3, Q4. And it's literally coming. He literally basically said that already now.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable that, I mean, he wants to pump these markets and specifically into the midterms. I mean, they've kind of hinted at it, the importance of the midterms, and it really does look like they're trying to set up like the social perspective so that, they have a strong midterm, and they're able to capitalize, on the next election as much as possible, right? Um, I'm excited. I'm excited for. We did a lot of cooking this morning in the Discord in regards to timing and kind of what that means for our memes and total three and the rest of the altcoin market. And we did talk about the potential of this run up in this bull market lasting a lot longer than a lot may think. So I'm really, really excited, and I understand the psychological perspective and box that some people are in from the conditioning due to market maker behavior from the cycle, which we talk about a lot, right? They condition people into thinking one way and believing something, and they do that through multiple instances of certain of certain do certain price action or whatever you want to call it. And people are, like Max said, a little too quick to jump on the contrarian ship right now. I think calling for a top is pretty I don't want to say ignorant. I think it's kind of ill-futed, and I think that altcoins again are giving us the signal, man. I look at all these structures and they are just they are telling us that they're about to rip face higher in a big, big way.
There was a question from Fiat Hater on my invalidation of the ETH. So first of all, I was obviously joking about the line, but also not, right? To me, ETH is in this giant accumulation range for institutions since 2021. And at this point, my invalidation to that really would be ETH breaking down, to sub like, I honestly think we don't see like 2,700 anymore. So if you go there, it's that kind of would invalidate it, because I think at that point we would go down to like 2.2K, which would be the end. I don't think we can go down there. So yeah, I think the thesis is right now unfolding, and obviously it's a context of things, but price shouldn't be losing those levels.
I think these meme coin charts all look very, very similar. Like PEPE looks very similar to Dogecoin. And again, you can single out a lot of these other meme coins as well with similar patterns. I won't show you my bags, but
Show your bags, Tommy.
I like PER, for example. I mean, I see it all across the board. Kind of this shallow consolidation that, if we're bullish, should be resolving similarly to the chart on the left. Maybe not quite as vertical. I sure hope it does, obviously. But I mean, these meme coins look coiled. I almost wonder if a Doge breakout is going to be kind of the catalyst that forces them higher. Is it going to be ETH going up? Is it both? I mean, you have a lot of tailwinds kind of aligning. And this is another thing I talked about in my video. Like, dog coins are all perking up right now. ETH is perking up right now. Altcoin dominance is perking up. You really have a myriad of things that align for meme coins to be breaking out. I forgot who pointed it out. It might have been Bonk Guy, allegedly Ben Bybit, but we won't have that discussion. I think it was Bonk Guy that pointed it out, that meme dominance was at support. And when we usually see that, meme coins tend to have a pretty aggressive speculative season. I'm happy you caught that, Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
It's all alleged, of course.
Allegedly.
Hold up. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Max, so you're saying we're about to put the trademarked whoopsie move in like this
Tomorrow.
week or next week?
Tomorrow.
Oh, wait, he said tomorrow. Guys, he said tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh. Okay, I need a full port long PEPE right now then. Hold on. Need to turn my VPN on.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I mean, that would be in confluence with a certain something on the goated setting flipping to a certain color that we love. So
Yes, it
honestly, if ETH keeps chatting this way, it's something we saw in the history, and exactly as it should be, right? ETH chats, and then PEPE catches up, and the upside is cemented. This is why I love PEPE so much, is because I can very well predict ETH, and therefore it's very easy to predict PEPE. But obviously, if you're going to do the same mistake as people who follow the global liquidity M2 or DXY on a day-to-day basis, and they're like, ETH moved up today and PEPE is down today, that means the correlation is broken, then obviously that's not going to do the service. But if you play this on a higher time frame swings, then so good.
Yeah. I think we can end July at all-time highs for PEPE. I really do.
whew, boy, could you imagine?
Don't need to imagine, just have to wait a couple weeks.
I mean, is Pepe just lagging Mog? I think that's something that you talked about on Discord a few days ago, right, Max?
Yes. I'll show you guys what I mean here. So Mog is actually some of the best signal in the entire market for on-chain. I would consider it to be a large cap, and the most reflexive large cap. So this is Mog paired against Pepe here. I'll just redraw all this together. So here's your range high, here's your range low. This is an MEV wick, so ignore that. Deviation of the high, deviation of the low. Now, when you look at something like Pepe, which is the king of this cycle, I'll show you why Mog is so important. Mog's obviously just an on-chain juggernaut, but it gives really, really good signal against the pair. So up top, we have Mog Pepe. So I'll just label this so you guys don't forget. Mog Pepe pair. And then down here, we have Pepe. So what do we notice every time the Mog Pepe pair chart reaches this valuation? Where is Pepe at? Well, the first time Mog reached this valuation, Pepe was right here. Second time, it's right here. Pepe did pump, right? But this was just a bad time in the market. And then more recently, Mog Pepe reaches that valuation and Pepe goes on another run. So Mog Pepe is tremendous signal in that, one, Mog's just a great performer. But two, when you start to get up into this region is when Pepe will begin to steal the show from everything. It becomes a vacuum. Because it's very difficult to outperform Pepe. Incredibly difficult. I mean, Pepe's been one of the few that's actually outperformed Bitcoin, right? But we are approaching valuation premiums for Mog Pepe. And when we reach those premiums, which maybe we have a little bit more to go, maybe we're already there, like who knows, doesn't really matter. Point being is we are getting into that premium territory. Like here, I can add on 0.75 fib, right? So let me remove this. I'll remove the mid-range. When you get up into, between the 0.75 and the 1 fib, range high and then 3/4 range high, that's your valuation premium. Now, that doesn't mean go sell all your Mog for Pepe. I do think that Mog Pepe is not going to break out here and will probably get stuffed and work its way back down. Most meme coins are just in these perpetual mega ranges against each other. I've spent a lot of time talking about that, which is why I'm always advocating to people, do not go chasing the thing that's outperforming right now. Your meme, your shitcoin will have its day. It will have its day in the sunshine. Okay. Like, I'll show you perfect example here of why this isn't bearish Mog at all. It's actually just like very bullish Pepe, and it's also bullish Mog, right? Because here's Mog then down below. Even over here, when we had this huge move, the valuation peaked at what was going to end up being its ultimate kind of range high premium. It was right here. So what we saw was the exact same thing that we're seeing right now, which is Mog had a structural break before Pepe had a structural break, right? So Mog actually led, which again is this whole thesis that I've been working on, is that Mog is just a really good on-chain signal as a kind of mid to large cap. Obviously not as big as Pepe, but it's more reflexive because of the size or lack thereof relative to Pepe. So you can see here that even after the valuation topped February 21st of 2024, MOG from that point still went up, 500%, 900%, depending if you want to measure from high to low. We'll just say 700%. We'll take the middle. PEPE just from that point forward, went up more, right? Which is why we saw that valuation peak. Okay. So this is not at all bearish MOG. It's actually just the same thing that we saw in Q1 of last year, which is MOG shift of structure before PEPE. PEPE still hasn't broken structure, right? It's the exact same thing. MOG shifted structure. PEPE has not. So again, we are literally just running back the exact same playbook from Q1 of last year, except this time around, ETH BTC is moving up and Bitcoin dominance should be moving down. But we're seeing the exact same on-chain dynamics that we saw the first time around. So yeah, that's the thesis, is that MOG PEPE is approaching its premium again, which is not bearish MOG. It just means that PEPE is about to start cooking. We're days away.
Yeah, I mean, the MOG strength has been pretty hard to ignore, right? I mean, there's somebody for one in the Discord who's been a huge MOG bull for one, so shout out to him. But I mean, the chart's undeniable, like you said, Max. It's only a matter of time before PEPE now peeks its head above resistance. And I think if you're kind of doubting that PEPE can make this move, I would say you're already seeing coins make it already. And typically when we see that from meme coins specifically, it's less of a short squeeze type of environment, more of, okay, these assets are actually getting ready to trend. Like not just MOG, but Bonk. Really, I don't think we've talked about that coin yet, but there's a lot going on Bonk right now. It's stealing, I think, a lot of mind share, not just from other coins on Sol, but Sol itself, and probably Pump as a byproduct of that too. Bonk has already broken those highs. MOG has broken those highs. PEPE is consolidating seemingly before breaking those highs. It's kind of like a domino effect, I think. Maybe we just need ETH to chill out a little bit before we see PEPE actually run. But I'll be honest, I'm not really sure that ETH is ready to chill out just yet.
Another similarity here, which is certainly worth discussing, just kind of working into this whole thesis, is the PEPE Doge pair, which again just adds even more confluence to this idea of PEPE is about to absolutely just shock the world. Is that we're seeing, and the high actually happened over here. You just can't see it because the MOG chart, which is the leader right here, doesn't go all the way back, but it goes over here. Like there was the blow off top. I can show you guys on another chart. It was like right here, right? That was the Binance listing for PEPE. We saw this breakout here from PEPE Doge right here. And we're seeing the same thing this time around, where PEPE Doge is about to start just flying. Like it's about to break out here. Like you can look at it very clearly. It is,
Jeez.
like it's about to break out, which is exactly what it did over here. Okay. So looking at all of this confluence together, using MOG as sort of like your mid to large cap on-chain barometer, reaching its premium zone for the PEPE valuation. You have PEPE Doge about to break out. PEPE looks incredible. Like PEPE is literally, like, it's literally days away from probably just teleporting. Like I actually think we'll close July at the all-time high, or probably even above. So I mean, you just can't add, like I've looked at this thing from every angle, if you can't tell by now, like I mean, the analysis has been thorough to say the least. And we are literally just running back a more, potentially longer, more profitable version of what happened a little over a year ago. I've looked at it from every single angle. I've looked at every single pair chart. It is time. What is my IQ? I have no idea. I've never taken an IQ test. I don't know.
Right now, my IQ is 60. I'll probably try to grow that a little bit in a few months, but right now my IQ is 60.
It's brain off season right now.
I don't even know how I would take that test. Is it like you go see a psychologist, or you just do it online or something? Somebody you could take a guess. Online. All right, chat. What do you think my IQ is? I don't even know. Max IQ is 420. That put me up there with probably the smartest guy to ever. No, I think the highest IQ maybe was
I think you'd be the highest.
If you get scrolling for cycle top, then your IQ is probably not that big. Let's put it this way.
That feminine urge to call cycle top every 5 minutes on public forums. I would say my IQ is 69, honestly.
0x69.
Yeah, 0.69. I'm basically a vegetable. So
he is a vegetable.
Yeah, I don't know. Never taken the test. Don't really. Never felt the urge to do it. But yeah, I think we are getting ready, guys. I've looked at it from every single angle.
I do like to see the fact that Sol's perking up today. I'll keep fudding its performance in general, but it's not bearish for the market to see Sol legging up here.
What's legging up?
Well, it's not legging up yet. It's more so, I think, kind of catching up to some of these moves we're seeing out of Bitcoin and ETH. But I don't think it's a bad thing that Sol is beginning to wake up a bit this morning.
Sol USD should continue to do well. It's just Sol ETH is going to get sent to the gulag. So, I mean, it already has. You know, it was so funny, Tommy, is you made that video, like, was it 2 weeks ago? Just fudding Sol ETH. Just a FUD campaign, a masterclass on fudding Sol ETH. And the next day, the Sol ETF,
I know,
hit the timeline and we got a spike. And someone comments on the video. Here, let me pull it up and just show you guys.
Oh God.
No, this is hilarious. So Tommy makes a video. And by the way, Tommy's been fudding Sol ETH since the Shmiko top. So just to be super clear, he turned on his FUD campaign up here. Okay. But he made the video right here. Okay. And then the next day we get the ETF approval and someone comments on the video right here. So angry. You fudded me out of my Sol position. What's wrong with you? How could you do that? You fudded me out of it. And then just boom. And then it just gives out. Right. It's so funny, man. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. But the Cheeto gave out finally.
It did. I mean, I remember when that announcement happened, it did cause me to second guess myself for like half a second. And then I was like, no, this is probably a squeeze that gets sold into. And yeah, within a day, it fully retraced. And that to me was a signal. This pair is absolutely cooked. I think I doubled down on my sentiment publicly after that retracement.
Yeah, let me.
By the way, this isn't bearish Sol USD. This is just more bullish ETH.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about context. And this ETH outperformance, I think you could see coming, not just for USD, but I mean, it just took so long to play out. That's such the nature of markets, right? Where ETH should be in theory outperforming, and then you sit in this range for over 2 months. It felt like, and we finally got some volatility. I'll blame the fact that it's the summer for that.
There's the comment, guys. Can you see that?
We need that bigger.
Yeah, you should be thanking Tommy. There's the comment. You fudded me into de-risking my Sol. What the fuck?
This is a real issue I have when it comes to timing options. It's kind of funny that you say 2-week probation period, because during the whole tariff tantrum in April, I bought some like disgusting bearish tails on the market a few weeks before we nuked, and you'll never guess by how many days I missed that like 10% drop after the tariffs were implemented on those options. I missed it by a week and a half. So yeah, 2-week lag time is important for my trades. I'm increasingly learning. I would have made so much money on those tails. I try not to think about it.
But you also hit some banger puts on ETH before that, so it all kind of evens out. It all kind of evens out.
Well, the payout on those tails are ridiculous on those options if you hit them.
Oh yeah,
and I mean you hit them out of the park.
I just want to say that as an American, I'm thankful that I don't have access to those because I'm feeling protected.
Well, it was Robinhood. It was Robinhood. It was actually index tails on QQQ, and it was like QQQ 400s and something. It was absurd tails that I bought it just in case, because I was beginning to buy spot at that point, and then the market kept nuking, but my tails were timed just a little bit too early. It is what it is.
I think the market found out you were positioned in those tails, and you did so well that it took it out on you when you went skiing. It said, "Oh, he's skiing. Oh, okay."
Yeah. Be a shame if he almost died while he was in a position.
Yeah, wait, what? No sign here?
You guys want to know something funny about that? Is I think I lost like an inch of height from that accident. I want to say I'm a little bit shorter than I was.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an excuse I never heard before.
No, I swear to God, I'm probably like an inch or an inch and a half shorter than I was before I got hurt.
Well, the good news is you had some height to spare. But yeah, I better never get into a skiing accident then. I don't have any inches to spare. So
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm only 4'11", so I don't know if you guys knew that over the internet, but yeah, you probably can't tell because it's like
breaking news: skiing interest severely dropped after Tommy's comments on his height.
Tommy gets hit with a defamation lawsuit from like Beaver Creek and Vail.
That would be pretty ironic because you can't sue these ski resorts at all, basically.
You sign your life away when you get on that chairlift. You sign your life away.
You literally have no rights as a skier. It's kind of crazy.
No, dude, I'm not 5'9". I'm 4'11". Like, ask the guys on the panel. Like, they've met me. They know.
Yeah, so he just miniaturizes everything in his office, so it all looks proportional. So
dude,
when he goes on,
you can't give away these secrets from Prometheus. We talked about this, bro. Like, I had this microphone custom made to make me look bigger. That's insane.
Lots of actors do that, by the way.
I'm an actor. That's what I did. Okay, I actually am curious. Comment section. How tall do you guys think I am? If you've met me in real life, do not spoil it. Okay, I'm curious what you guys.
You need to count that in frogs. By the way,
there's definitely been some pictures of me with like the team out there before, but maybe people haven't seen it.
I'll say that Max is 69 frogs tall.
That's true. That's true.
Apparently, Trump said he's unlikely to fire Powell unless there's fraud with the renovation. So, congrats
with the renovation
this morning.
Yeah, what's the renovation?
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I feel like it doesn't really help Trump to fire Powell because I don't think Trump actually does want to cut interest rates yet. And keeping Powell in office just gives you a scapegoat if anything goes wrong. So it almost like you don't really want to fire Powell. You can just keep blaming every bad thing on him until he leaves office.
Here's the thing is, objectively, up until very recently, Powell has done a really nice job. Like he has objectively.
He hasn't done in the first years, but now he is, in my opinion. Yeah.
Now he is, yes. So until as of recently, I said that. Until as of recently, he was doing a very nice job. He guided us into the soft landing, which everybody, myself included, thought was super unlikely. But now I feel like, you know, he's probably not having fun, man. Like you don't want to be in Trump's crosshairs, you know, like you just do not want to have that target on you. That's a horrible place to be, dude. Every day waking up to Trump just viciously bullying you is just, it's a hell, man. I mean, I've never experienced it. I hope I don't, but
do you think he just wakes up, goes on the toilet, and is like, what did this fucker just said about me?
100%, dude. I guarantee he tweets while he's shitting. Guarantee. Dude, I do it. We all do it. Like it's like I would think you are weird if you don't do that. I'll be honest.
Dude, I think he gets a little bored and over the weekends and just like opens up his phone. He's like, how much can I fuck shit up? Like, how can I fuck shit up? I literally think he does that.
Dude, he is actually like the best shit poster of all time. Like political opinions aside, like you can't go toe to toe with him over the internet. Like he'll destroy anybody, you know, like he is the ultimate troll, the ultimate shit poster. I mean, he'll literally, like, some politician will say something like vaguely against MAGA, and he will write out like a whole paragraph just flipping them upside down. I mean, just coming for their neck, you know, like ruin them. He's the best shit poster of all time, like without question. There's one other guy who I'm not going to mention. Used to know him pretty well. Used to have a big personality on X. Okay. I thought he was the best shit talker online I'd ever seen. Tommy's smiling. Tommy knows who I'm talking about. He's no longer on X. He was the best shit poster that I really had ever seen. Like he could dismantle anybody. Trump makes him look like an amateur. Trump is the best shit poster of all time. You know, it's an art. There's an art to it, you know.
Do you think that Trump is just trying to push the attention elsewhere from the Epstein list?
Yes.
Very well could be.
100%.
I mean, in that meeting, he was sitting there sweating. Like sweating. We still talking about this list? Anyways, we won't get into it.
You know what the funniest part about the list is that suddenly the list turned from a campaign promise into a Democrat psyop, and then Elon calls out Trump about it viciously, and then Grok gets like a government contract worth like $250 million like 2 weeks later. It's like,
that makes you wonder if we truly do live in a matrix.
Yeah, I honestly don't care. I just want Pepe to go to 50 billion, and then they can do whatever they want. Honestly. What you just need to realize about politicians, man, is they're just not like us, you know, like they're just different than normal people, you know, they're not, there's no overlap. They're not relatable. They're not like us.
They're lizards.
They tell me they are, though, Max. Every time they campaign, that they use that tactic.
Yeah.
I'm really not so different from you.
You're incredibly different than all of us. You're so much different.
List.
And furthermore, they don't even view us like people. They view us just like numbers. You know, it's like how a farmer would view his cattle. You know, like they don't. You know, that's why some of these people that get so worked up about politics, I'm like, man, you really might actually have an IQ of 69. You know, like you're like willing to like die by this politician. They don't give a shit about you. Like, it's all just word salads is what it is, you know?
True. Truth has been spoken.
I know Jackus is really into politics. Jackus loves all of the European politicians. He's perfectly aligned with their beliefs. You know, he tells me all about it. Major socialist. Yeah.
Do you know who Ursula von der Leyen is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know, Max?
Say that name again.
Ursula von der Leyen.
I don't even understand. What are you speaking English? What is that? I just hear schmoosh schmosh schmundeline. I don't know what you're saying. What did you just say?
The supreme leader. Never mind.
The supreme leader. Kim Jong. What we're talking about?
Never mind, man.
Dude, just tell me who it is.
Ursula von der Leyen, I told you.
Oh, the EU commissioner.
Yeah,
Okay.
the supreme leader.
The supreme leader. I know Jackus has pictures of Emmanuel Macron in his room.
No, Bridget. Bridget Macron.
Too far down the rabbit hole.
That's far down the rabbit hole. I hope that conspiracy theory is true. That's a hilarious one, by the way.
It really is one of the better ones.
I bet you that some people are listening and they are like, they do not know what is true and what is not when we speak like this. Like they have no idea when we are joking and when we are not.
Like they have no gauge on sarcasm whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too good. Oh man.
Well,
See us eating this little dump up. I know there's been a lot of sentiment recently about how Bitcoin might be topped, right? Or like
from
mostly
who?
topped, entering distro. Well, there's a lot of talk because Bitcoin dominance is so bearish that like Bitcoin USD, most of the gains for the cycle have finished. I don't really think that's a super accurate take, at least not yet. What do you guys think about that? I guess is probably how we can kind of come towards close to the end of the show is discussing that topic. I know we all expect ETH BTC to rip from here, alts to outperform. Does that mean that Bitcoin is finished, or are we going to see Bitcoin potentially beeline up towards 200K here over the next few months?
Okay, well let's map it out, right? Let's map it out. So
wait. Max is about to speak data, it seems like, and
Yeah.
logic. But we said IQ 69 season.
That's true. Maybe I should just
Yeah, whoa.
here. Let
Put
me
off the gas.
help. Let me help. So let me draw a chart like someone with an IQ of 69. Okay. Resistance.
Quadruple top.
Yeah.
Great Wall of China.
There's your mouth breather chart right there. Okay, so let's talk about that. So ETH BTC really started cooking last cycle right here, which was basically at the Bitcoin top, right? To be fair, but it bottomed. I would say like really put in like a bottom. Let's just go after COVID, right? We're gonna exclude COVID just because it warps all the data. Let's just say like right here was like the pivot low, right? Coming out of COVID, you ate up everything below here, right? Like that shouldn't have happened if the economy didn't shut down, right? You wouldn't dip that low. Let's just say right here, this pivot. So we are either within ETH BTC, I think we're either here or we're here, right? So to me, it doesn't really matter because it's like if we just get a manic move below off top, then ETH is going to rip like 3 or 4x against Bitcoin in like 2 months, which whatever, totally fine with me. Or we're still much earlier in the cycle and Bitcoin's still going to go insane, right? I don't really care either way. I'm kind of inclined to think that like Bitcoin actually still has some runway here. I think this is a pretty kind of immaterial all-time high, like insignificant push above the previous cycle all-time high. I think we could be, I'm not ruling out like a 200K Bitcoin this cycle. I don't think you should. But yeah, I think we're earlier in the cycle, especially just given where like ETH USD and others are in total. Like, let's look at total, for example. That can be a useful gauge as well. So here's total. Here's the previous cycle all-time high for total. If we wanted to try to make the argument that Bitcoin was basically topped and ETH BTC was just about to do this and then the cycle's over in like 60 days. Last cycle total was way above its previous cycle all-time high. way above it. Where this cycle, we're kind of above it. Like I wouldn't even really say we're above it. Like we're kind of just chopping around it, right? This is in log mode. Let me put it in linear. Like we were so far above for total, so much further into the cycle for total. Bitcoin's the only thing that's moved at all, right? So I don't think it's really either one of these. It's probably just somewhere in between. But I just kind of think we're like, we just have so much runway looking at total. You know, this looks like a chart that's just about to start breaking higher rather than somehow like distribute and the cycle's over. That's my opinion on it. Kind of a long answer, but
I completely agree. I think you need to look at like high time frame, certain high time frame charts. Some that I talked about this morning in the Discord was like that timing aspect of it. You need to keep your eyes on the stablecoin dominance chart. You need to be keeping your eyes on kind of that relationship between the chart I've been using a lot, total 3 ESBTC in relation with others. When you really start to see total 3 ESBTC move up in a massive, massive way, or others move up in a massive, massive way, and you start to see that like liquidity rotation effects that we typically see at the end of cycle, then sure we can start to talk about at the top. Pin the tail on the donkey numbers game kind of thing with Bitcoin. It needs to be at like a specific number rather than just kind of being cognizant of the dynamics and the characteristics of the market, because there's certain characteristics and certain dynamics that show themselves specifically as cycle tops, and I'm not going to sit here and say that they're showing themselves. If anything, like we're just starting to get like a peek behind the curtain, and everything is lining up for big moves higher. So that's kind of my answer to it.
yeah, I like that. Dude, look at PEPE market cap against total. Look at this chart. Are you telling me this is not about to literally just be a rocket ship? Look at PEPE against total right now. Are you studying this?
People need to remember, or rather, like think about these ranges in the form of like built up energy, because they're going to break one direction and you're not going to want to fade it. And when you have given buyers and sellers so much time to digest current prices, there's a lot of unwinding of sentiment, of positioning, of biases that have to occur when a range breaks out or breaks down. And we're talking about a PEPE range now that, it's a pretty wide range from like a USD standpoint, but from a time-based standpoint, it's how long have we been here now, Max? Like 14, 15, 16 months?
Yeah, we topped back here in March, so March of last year, 500 days.
It's crazy. Think about how much time we've had to digest PEPE at these prices. And I think that's true. It's even more true for Ethereum, who has had, arguably 4 or 5 years to digest these prices. And that's more of, I think, like a high time frame thing than PEPE necessarily. But it's the same concept. When ranges that have given people a lot of time to position finally break, the momentum isn't going to stop on like a 10 or 20% move or just like a rotation back to range highs. You are very unforgiving to people who are sidelined, and you often force people to position into conditions that are very aggressively trending.
Make them position. Make them chase it.
Force them into the market.
I just don't understand what if you're not shoving PEPE here, what are you looking at? Like, we are literally right here, guys. This is PEPE total. This is ETH. Like, we are genuinely like right here. Look at, there was like a small lag right here. I'll throw the chart up there. Okay. Wait, hang on. No, that's fine. Here's ETH. And then here is PEPE total. Look at the small lag from when ETH shifts structure to the upside. We're in that little small lag right now, guys. We are going to teleport, guys. Teleport. I'm just screaming. I feel like you guys think I'm a lunatic. Like I'm just dude, go look at every tweet I've had this month. For one, I've been batting 1,000. Let's just be super clear about that. But I have been coming off a little bit neurotic. Like I might be scaring some people. But I
feel like everybody's timeline needs a little bit of that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it comes from a good place, you know? It just
shows
we're
passion.
in the little lag. That's it. This is the lag. This is it. I showed you guys earlier in the show. I showed you, PEPE. I showed you MOG PEPE. I showed you MOG USD. I showed you how the same lead and shifts of structure that we saw February, March of last year is happening again right now. And then look at this chart. Another example.
What Max is basically saying is the top right corner.
What I'm saying is quintuple top on Bitcoin is what I'm trying to say.
I love the top right corner. I don't know when we added that, but whoever is controlling those.
Who do you think's controlling it? Just take a guess. Who could possibly have enough memes? Who could it be?
Yeah, I've noticed.
I didn't know if it was like Z, Ed, or if it was Jackass, but it definitely makes sense that it's Jackass.
I just got the access and found out.
Guys,
you better ban me. He still has time.
Listen, I'm gonna end on this note here because I need everybody to understand. It's been a long road here. Okay, this cycle has been grueling, but this is the moment of vindication. Okay, this chart is gonna break higher. PEPE will fulfill the prophecy outlined on this YouTube channel 2 years ago in the bear market. The videos are all there if you go back and rewatch them. This is it. What's going to happen when PEPE breaks out of this little compression that it's been in? I mean, it's a huge compression, actually. PEPE's probably going to go 10x from here. Andy and Wolf have minimum 20x's each, probably even more. I am giving you a layup right here, right now. This is it. This is the moment. If it's not now, then it's Great Depression. It's 1929, okay? It is now or it's 1929. That's it.
You sounded like from the margin call. This is it. This is it.
Guys, I just...
Do you know what this would do to the market? Do you?
It's ape time.
Oh man, ape time tomorrow is gonna be crazy.
Oh, glorious.
Market volatile again. It's gonna be fun.
That's probably a good segue into talking about our programming here at BB, guys. If you would like to see us trade these conditions, you can do so live tomorrow morning at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard. We will be going live for our third ever edition of BB Ape Time. Last week, I mean, we pretty much nailed the lower time frame move. And if you were watching, if you were trading with us, you caught the Bitcoin breakout. So tune in for more alpha, for more entertainment. You get a little bit of both at Ape Time. And yeah, it'll be a great show tomorrow, I'm sure, given all the volatility that we're seeing in markets right now. But Market Check will be back for another episode.
Sorry. I just discovered that I can definitely use the Qui-Gon Jinn meme as this.
How did you do that?
The master doesn't tell his secrets. So this is what's going to happen to Pepe.
Yeah.
The green bars exploded through the screen.
If you want more alpha like this, more memes, make sure to tune into Market Check again. A reminder that we're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with a usual start time around 11:15 a.m. as well. We have a lot going on this show always. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream today, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, lastly, also make sure to tune in for Market Talk with the legendary King Wabi, who has been absolutely crushing his read on the market really since I think the April and May lows. So tune in for his show. It is a Spaces on X, and it is live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you follow Wabi, you can also be notified when he goes live on Twitch, which he's been doing a lot of recently too. So we've got a lot of content coming for you guys, a lot of great programming. The market is very active. We're going to see what the next few days, the next few weeks look like. And yeah, like the cat in the corner shows, hopefully it is pumping and green the next time we go live like it was today. But thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. Just really briefly, before I can let you go, make sure to check out the BB terminal as well. We did just add our degen feature. Perfect timing, I might add, right as the market is heating up, right as on-chain is beginning to roar back to life. I think I'm going to plug Sol ETH here, of course, but if Sol ETH is any indication, we're about to see things really start to heat up on-chain on ETH. So the perfect time to check out our degen tab through the BB terminal and get an edge potentially over your other on-chain participants, help you make some money. So yeah, check that out. Going to play a commercial for the BB terminal as we depart, but we hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. We'll see you Friday. Thanks again. And of course, as always, guys, stay safe.
Tired of outdated trading tools, confused charts, dozens of tabs, endless stress? You're not alone. Introducing BB Terminal, your all-in-one command center for crypto trading. Track your portfolio, monitor the markets, stay ahead, all in one place. From chaos to clarity, from struggle to success. BB Terminal.